Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Hi on Instagram. Hello, members of the Ignite Your Business Academy. Welcome to today's podcast episode. If you're on here live, say hi. Drop me a comment. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And let's dive in. So, today we're talking about the frequency of money and which frequency you're choosing to operate in. So what frequency are you choosing? So when it comes to our energy, our vibration, hello, that is the thing within us that is really determining the experience that we're having, because our energy, our vibration is the thing that is attracting different things to us, and it also really determines how we're moving about in the world, how we're operating in the world. And our frequency isn't something that we don't really need to do anything other than think certain thoughts to adjust it. And I know sometimes in the spiritual space, it can feel like we need to do all of these different things, that there needs to be all of these different rituals that we need to do to raise our vibe, to raise our frequency. And while some practices can be really helpful, you have everything within you right now to change your frequency when it comes to money, and it's going to start with your thoughts. So every single thought that we think holds a specific vibration. It holds a certain frequency. And the level of money that you want to attract is at a certain level. It's at a certain frequency. And in order to really call that in, the work is to operate at that level. And that's really going to come from what you're thinking about throughout the day. And of course, we're human, so we're going to have some thoughts that aren't exactly helpful. We're going to have our human moments that aren't exactly the most positive, right? That's not a bad thing. Okay. I think it's very healthy that we have a full range of emotions, full range of experiences here. But what we want to notice is, what energy are we in the majority of the time? Okay. So what energy are we in the majority of the time? And is that energy serving us? And so if you're in a place right now where you're not creating the results that you want, you have a very clear indication that your current thoughts aren't fully serving you. Okay. Your current thoughts aren't helping you operate on the frequency that's going to help you really call in that next level of financial abundance for you. So what we want to do firstly is take a look at where it is we're going. I'm always really, really big on having a clear vision, because that's going to help you align to the frequency that you want to operate on. And what you can do around this is pick a money goal. If you have a specific number that feels aligned for you, you can work with that. For some people, that doesn't work when it comes to money. They're more of a general feeling. So they might have a mental picture of the different things that they want to experience or call in. And by visualizing that mental picture, or even by journaling things out and getting clarity that way, that's the thing that helps them get clear on what that frequency is. So that's where I always start with clients is, what is your vision? What is it that you actually want? What are you aligning to? Because from that place, we have a really clear indication of where we're incongruent with that next level frequency. So an example around this is, let's say you're currently having a thought of, I've only attracted 2 clients this month. So I've only attracted 2 clients this month. So I want you guys, if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, I want you to say that out loud, or you can pick a number that feels good for you. Maybe your goal this month was to sign 10 clients and you've signed 5, and you're feeling like there's too big of a gap there to make things happen by the end of the month. The numbers don't really matter. What I want you to do is feel into the energy of a statement that has the vibe of, I've only done X, Y, and Z. And how does that feel in your body? Okay, because that one statement, that one thought, has a very specific frequency based on a circumstance. So the circumstance is neutral. The circumstance is, you've signed 2 clients in the example that we're using here today. Now, when you think into that next level version of you, regardless of what your money goal is, do you think a thought like that is going to help you raise to that frequency? And of course it's not. We know the answer is no, right? Thoughts like that tend to give us a very contractive, energetic experience. And so one simple shift in the thought could be, I've signed 2 clients this month. Like, holy fuck, I've signed 2 clients this month, right? All we did was take out the word only in that statement, in that thought, and the vibration changes completely. The energy changes completely. And so this is why really elevating to your next level and calling in more money isn't something that is complicated, but it takes practice. Like, this is the work. And so often people think like the work is going for a more complicated strategy or jumping onto 3 more platforms because you feel like you need to be more visible, or doing all the things. Like your brain will tell you that there are all these different things that you should be doing in order to make more money. But this is where the work really begins, because everything's created from within, right? Everything's created from our thoughts, our beliefs, our energy, all those things. And so if we're not thinking congruently with our vision, that's where we get to start, because that's the disconnect, right? That's separating us from where we want to be, when in reality there's no separation. We're the one. I was on a client call this morning. I love the way she put it. It's like we're putting roadblocks, like we're throwing shit on our path that's standing between us and where we want to be. We're the only ones that do that to ourselves. And we get to clean that up by changing the way that we think. And an example I like around this, like a visual that I have around this, is like back when I was a kid, TVs like sat in the living room and there was no remote control. So you had to like get up and change the channel. So if a TV show came on and you didn't like the show, you wouldn't sit there and get mad at the TV. You wouldn't think that the TV was broken, like the TV being the circumstance, right? You wouldn't think that there was anything really wrong with it. You would just get up and you would change the channel. And it's just like that with our current reality. Like our thoughts change the channel, our thoughts change the frequency. And so often we feel completely powerless in our circumstances. We feel like, there's something broken with the TV. There's something wrong with only signing 2 clients. There's something wrong with my strategy. There's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with that. Things aren't working. All of these things, right? Our brain wants to find problems. Our brain wants to find problems because as long as it is solving problems, you're not growing. So if you don't have any problems, you're going to skyrocket to your next level. It's going to be easy fucking breezy. But your brain is putting all of these little roadblocks in the way because it wants to keep you safe. And that's its job. Like it's just doing its job. So as long as you're kept busy solving problems, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to reach your goal. So it's doing its job. It's doing its part to keep you safe. But we know that's not really serving us. And so what we want to notice is when we're stuck on a channel, like when we're stuck watching a TV show that we don't want to watch and we want to jump into a different reality, we need to change the thought. We need to change the channel. And some people say, well, like it can't be that simple. And I want to share an example with you from my own past around this. So a certain channel, a certain frequency that I used to operate on years ago is I was in a 9-to-5 job that I felt very stuck and trapped in. And I didn't just feel stuck in my job. I felt completely trapped by life. I felt like life was happening to me. And the feeling I had during that time was complete powerlessness. Like I felt like I was just being carried through life, like no power whatsoever and no control. And my predominating thought back then was, I'm trapped. Like, this isn't what I want. This isn't working for me. Like, life isn't what I want it to be. And I was very, very frustrated, feeling like a victim. And so if I had have carried on that path, thinking those thoughts under those current circumstances, like the actions at the time I was taking, they were extremely destructive. I was partying every weekend, had a bit of a drug problem. Life wasn't going to go in a positive direction if I had kept in that reality, if I had chosen to stay on that frequency and chosen to stay on that channel, so to speak. Right? Because our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, they're all creating a very specific result. So the version of me who wasn't taking care of herself in any way, I was eating Joe Louis and Doritos for lunch and chocolate milk. That was like my go-to lunch at the time. Super healthy, right? I was doing coke on the weekends. I was binge drinking, making a lot of poor life choices. Okay, so those actions based on the thoughts and the feelings I had at the time were leading me on a very certain trajectory. I cannot say that word, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, that was leading me on a very specific path. There we go. I can get that word out. So in order to change things, in order to choose a different reality, I had to start thinking differently. And Tony Robbins was one of the first people I came across in the coaching industry, and it blew my fucking mind. When I found out that I was responsible for creating my own reality, everything changed. Absolutely everything changed. It did not change overnight, but it definitely changed. And so what I did is I changed the channel. I chose to operate on a different frequency. And this is an ongoing thing. Like we're always kind of up leveling and changing channels that are more and more in alignment with who we are as like at our core, our higher self. But we get to drastically alter our reality by changing the way we think, because the version of me now, take pretty good care of myself, doing what I love for work, overall really fucking happy with my life. I definitely still have my moments. I have my down days. I'm a human, but it's a completely different reality than who I was back then when I was like addicted and partying and smoking and eating all the junk food and all the things and stuck in a job I fucking hated. Right? So we get to drastically alter our reality But that starts by choosing the frequency that we truly want to operate in. And that starts with a thought that you're thinking. Okay. So that is the message. That is the transmission that was coming through today for you guys. If your brain is telling you that it's going to be really hard, if your brain is telling you that you're going to have to do a gazillion different things in order to hit your money goal this month, or in order to create what you want in your life or your business, I want you guys to come back to this very simple truth that it's all being created from within, and it's all being created by your thoughts. So that's where we want to look first. The answer is never to post on Facebook more often, or to post on Instagram more often, or I have to do more reels. That's the thing that's going to help the sales come in. I just have to do like 5 more reels a week, and that's the thing. That's never going to be the thing. Like, of course we want to be taking action, but that's not like the thing that's going to flip the switch with our money. It's the frequency that we're choosing to operate on. All right, you guys, if you want to go deeper into this, tomorrow I'm hosting a free masterclass inside the Ignite Your Purpose Facebook group. It's called Manifest 5K in 5 days. I'm going to be sharing with you some core principles when it comes to attracting money. So you can manifest money on demand, because that is your birthright. Like, you are the universe in human form, and it is your birthright to create what you want in all areas. Meaning you get to have the level of health that you desire. You get to have the love that you desire, the epic relationship. You get to have the money that you desire. All of that is in your control. It's in your power. Okay. So in this masterclass, I'm going to be sharing with you some key principles that are going to help you manifest 5K in 5 days. And if those numbers don't resonate, choose different numbers. These are all just things that we're throwing out there as examples. But that's the thing. That's the thing that came through when I held this masterclass last August. So it's going to be a revamped version of that masterclass. This is the thing. If you check out the testimonial section of my Instagram story, most of those came from that masterclass, the ones that I had posted up there. So it's happening in the Facebook group, totally free Facebook group, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'd love to see you there live, because if you're there live, I'm going to be answering any questions that you have, so you get some free coaching. And if not, the replay is going to be kept up in the group. All right, everyone, I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next episode.